What's up? This morning, so good morning. This is kind of, I'm going off of my loose interpretation of a speech exercise. So hopefully this continues to help me speak and articulate and whatever. But I also made a video. I posted it, which I'm proud of. I could be doing more to get it out there. I'm still playing it safe. That is a result of fear, I guess. Yeah, obviously, I'm not above the fear, at least not yet, of embarrassment and everything, but I entered it kind of boldly and just went for it and posted it, and I'm happy about that, so that's a win. That's progress. Yeah, but on that note, I did talk about fear in that video I posted. I don't know if this one will get posted or how I'm gonna try and go about rolling those videos out or whatever. But yeah, fear is huge. I just wrote it somewhere. I don't know where I wrote it, but it clicked to me at a moment when I was reading a book that essentially the two components of my crucible will be the power of now, that's a book, and the 50th law, that's another book. And those are going to be fundamental for me, because the 50th law, it's all about fear. It's about fearing nothing, being bold, entering action with boldness, and eradicating all doubt, all the typical things that fear does to us as people. It works on mitigating those, or practices to, just have them not affect you as much. I don't know what other word I could have used there, but yeah. So that's like my biggest, I think that's probably, this book addresses my biggest weakness or fault or flaws. It was chapter 5, I believe. I'm on 6 now, but chapter 5 was kind of about how knowing when to be the aggressor. Is this chapter 5? Hold on. I might as well get this right. I was also wrong in my other video about something. I was wrong about this Greek term that I used, but that's all right. Yeah, I'm on chapter 6 now. So it was chapter 5, and it was about basically knowing when to be the aggressor. Well, and that's know when to be bad, and it's basically all about aggression. And it doesn't mean bad in a immoral, but bad as in kind of what we've been deluded to believe actually is bad, which might be someone who comes off as confrontational, maybe, or they come off as a hard ass, or doesn't know when to shut up, maybe. And those things still could be true for people that embody this, but there's a great value in their specific character, which is they don't avoid confrontation, which is huge. And they don't, they're not shy, they're bold. They stand up for themselves, or they just stand up against any unfair situation or circumstance. He calls it, Robert Greene calls it, static situations. And they, a lot of us just accept those, or we just, out of the fear of being disliked, there you go, that's the other big pointer there, is out of fear of being disliked or judged, but mostly disliked, or the fear of displeasing others, prevents us from even taking action or initiating a conversation or standing up for ourselves, or any of those things, right? Which is definitely something I've been doing my whole life. I think confidence for me has been huge. I think I would take confrontation or conflict or even just arguments and discussions that have, like, with someone who has opposing thoughts or beliefs with mine. I would take it personally and kind of, I would leave those conversations with like negative feelings. Like it was like directed at me, like, oh, they don't believe me, they don't think I know what I'm talking about, or they think I'm just wrong or stupid, or like, you know, any of those things. And when in reality, people were all just these concoctions of all these thoughts and beliefs and experiences and perspectives, and you know. So I'm trying to break out of that, and I've been initiating conversations more, not necessarily hard or difficult conversations or like confrontational ones even. And by confrontation, just, I don't mean like a, yo, what are you looking at? Like kind of fucking mentality. I just mean like what I view, I guess, as confrontational would be something like asking for a raise, which it's like confronting maybe a higher power, maybe like a superior or something like that. So yeah, there's that. And that's just the one out of the two components to my Crucible. The other one being, Crucible is like my new favorite word. Crucible's sick. It's like this moment or magical, like seemingly magical transformation or evolution, or, you know. So anyways, yeah. The other component being the power of now, which honestly, I'm still only on chapter 2. I've been just consuming this fucking 50th law book. I love it. But from what I know already and what I take away, I'm not claiming to be enlightened like Eckhart Tolle maybe, or that I even know a quarter or an eighth or fucking a 16th or whatever, a little percentage of his knowledge and wisdom. But what I take away so far and what I've been applying to my life is that I'm not myself. I'm not my fears. I really and truly have been trying to like embrace and embed that in my head, where I am not like here. I don't know like how to explain that, and I still don't know that term that I was trying to use in the last video. But yeah, I am the soul. Like I am the life that's, for whatever reason, we can disagree on how we all came to be here, but yeah, I am that life force. I am that energy, the one that might not have an explanation, but that's who I am. There shouldn't be an ego. There shouldn't be like a false self-identification with the mind and the brain, because the brain is where all these fears and misconceptions come from. It's a powerful tool, but it's a double-edged sword. It leads us to what's that? Like self-destruct. That's what I was trying to say. It leads us to self-destruct. It causes these weird, like, just like conflicts within ourselves, and then it ends up being it's our greatest tool, but it's also like our greatest weakness. Like we don't know how to turn it off, and we start to believe, and like as we grow older and stuff, and everyone has a different childhood, sure, but I feel like a lot of people in today's day and age can agree that, like, you know, we start getting stuck and more rigid in like our certain ways of thinking, whatever it is that we've developed to think. And yeah, like we're just deluded in that way, where we're not living truthfully, like, to ourselves. We're doing things that are a disservice to our souls and to our general well-being and happiness. And so combining that knowledge, knowing that your brain can evoke these things that aren't necessarily true, it can create and like have you believing in these false narratives, and that like, oh, I could never do this because I've never been this type of person, just as an example, or like whatever that may be. It embeds these like just straight, like point blank wrong perspectives, and then we believe them because we think we are our brain. So like, you know, like it's this whole complex process where our conscious becomes this, like, it's like a false consciousness, if that makes sense. Like, we are still conscious, but we're not entirely, I guess. And that's kind of how, where I'm at, because now I've realized that these two components, the 50th law and the power of now, this wisdom and this advice, it's had me realize that for me specifically, fear has been my brain's like number one instrument that it's been using against me to keep that control over me. Or maybe my brain doesn't feel the need to control me, or how do I put that? But basically there's two entities in this shell, is what I'm trying to say. There's the soul, there's me, there's DJ, and then there's the brain, the thinker, as Eckhart Tolle says, the thinker, watch the thinker. And I believe that my brain, the thinker in this shell, is a possessive entity who's possessed me for all my life and has typically used fear as its like greatest weapon against me. It's kept me basically believing. It's It's kept me fearful. It's kept me anxious. It's paralyzed me with fear. How many times, if you think back, how many times have you not acted on something or procrastinated on something because you were scared of failing, scared of being judged, scared of being different or standing out? And yeah, I think that something about where I am at this point in my life, in this stage of my life, some big change is imminent, and like it's like I'm right there, and I'm growing closer and closer every day. Like I get smarter every day. I don't think I've felt this way ever, where like I've been learning and growing and improving as much as I have been. And I'm trying to gain back the healthy balance between these two entities, where I know the brain has this tendency to self-identify and to think it knows everything. But it's really just a tool to be used, and I need to think when I want to and not constantly think. I need to self-identify with the soul, me. In my eyes, that means God. That means God within me. That means my only connection to this otherwise inexplainable life force, energy, origination even. And I think that that's like why I'm actually feeling these ways, because it's like it's like joy that I feel now, not necessarily happiness or pleasure. And I think I'm starting to recognize emotions evoked in my brain versus like true contentment, true joy, true love, true peace, which I believe are like at least 3 that I can identify now. Eckhart Tolle talks about these and maybe more, but how emotions are all they're all derived from the thinker, the brain, the possessing entity, but there are true states of being, true states of presence that have no reverse. Like, people say there's like a love-hate, but like true love, I don't think there is no polarization of that. There is no like flip on love. Like, there can't, if you, for example, listening to this, or me, whoever, if you truly love someone, I don't think you would ever be able to hate them. If you truly love something, I don't think you would ever be able to hate it. Imagine like something in the purest, one of the more pure things of love that you could imagine or think of, like a mother's love to like her newborn child, or like even just a puppy's or dog's love, like how they say man's best friend. Like, at what point would a dog ever hate you? Even if you beat that dog and thing, like, how many times have we all witnessed like a dog's love and loyalty? And that's just what I feel like is a good example of this like pure state of being. But yeah, anyways, I think that's all I have to say for now. I don't really know of or can think of anything else that I've been pondering for a while. Actually, on that note of this whole like facing the fear and acting with boldness and stuff, I think I will post this anyways. Just to be bold and to do it and to take action. And I'm also going to start, what I have been pondering is looking at ways to promote, air quotes and like this, promote just these videos, and hopefully reach more people, because that'll actually, for whatever reason, hopefully either get me more criticism, feedback, maybe see where other people's heads are at. If there's anyone else there that thinks and might believe things similar to me, and yeah, we'll just do that, and we'll see where that goes. And yeah, maybe I'll do Reddit. I think Reddit's where I could find a lot more like-minded people, and maybe reach the people that I'm trying to speak to. But yeah, that's it for now. Peace, have a good one. Stay positive, I guess, and keep chasing. I can't even remember what the title. Oh yeah, well, I would want for everyone to chase eudaimonia, but I'm also chasing enemy, because I'm trying to break down all these old ways of thinking and challenge them, and hopefully, at least for myself, reach a better way of thinking, a better way of life. But yeah, I'm rambling. I'm rambling now. This is another almost 20-minute video, but take it easy. And yeah, peace.